What's up, everybody? This is Nintendo Guy here. And I want to talk to y'all about something that I find to be a little troubling as a Nintendo fan especially, and that's test games. Now, the thing that I hate most about test games is it's usually a studio that has a better game that's been released or is going to be released, and they released I'll say a worse version of that game, or a worse game in general, that they're like a licensed game on a Nintendo platform, and if the Nintendo gamers don't buy it, then we won't get the better game. And that's something that one studio that I believe is guilty of that is Gearbox. When Randy Pitchford when he was approached about Borderlands 2 on the Nintendo Wii U, his response was, well, we're releasing Aliens Colonial Marines on the Wii U. It should be the best version, wink wink, but we're releasing Aliens Colonial Marines on the Wii U, but they say nothing about a Wii U version of Borderlands 2. Now, you have people actively asking you for Borderlands 2, and you don't respond to it at all. Like, that should be an afterthought when it's your best-selling game. You won't give your best-selling games to people on the Nintendo platforms, but you will turn around and give them something like Aliens Colonial Marines and tell them to be happy. You basically put out Aliens Colonial Marines to see if it fails, and if it does, you're going to use that as an excuse not to port any more games over to the Wii U. It's the exact same thing I feel that EA did with Mass Effect 3, especially when they announced the Mass Effect trilogy on the Xbox 360 and the PS3, and I believe the PC, like a week or two before the Wii U came out. So a week or two before Mass Effect 3 went on sale for the Wii U, you cannibalized the sales of Mass Effect 3 by announcing the Mass Effect trilogy. And then when people ask about the Mass Effect trilogy on the Wii U, you tell them, well, you just hunch your shoulders like it's not going to happen. The reason why your games aren't selling is because you're not giving us what we want. If you gave us what we want, you would get the sales that you were looking for. But no, we don't get that. We get your half-ass ports of games that we're not looking for. I've never been a huge Aliens fan. I have no interest in Aliens Colonial Marines, and I have no idea why it's the game that's being pushed as the Gearbox game on the Wii U. The only thing that would make me play that game is drop in, drop out co-op, and I'll play it for a week and probably trade it in at GameStop or something. But that's at least my opinion on Aliens Colonial Marines. And then the game doesn't even come out day and date with the other console versions. It gets delayed, and from what I keep seeing, it's getting horrible reviews. I think the highest review it got so far is a 7.5. Everything else has been like a 5 or below. And like what makes you think when Nintendo fans see this in the next 24 to 48 hours that we're going to pay for Aliens Colonial Marines? We're not stupid. Stop treating Nintendo fans like we don't know what we want or we don't know what we're looking for, because if that's the way you think about it, then you're wrong. Your games will never sell to us. Not those games anyway. Give us the games we're looking for, and you'll get the sales you're looking for. Stop leaving us behind. Stop leaving Nintendo fans behind with test games that you can use as an excuse. Well, Nintendo fans don't want our kind of games, so we're not gonna put this game on their system. No, we don't want your shitty test game. Give us the game we are asking for. So, I mean, it's been happening for years. It was like I'll give you a couple of examples, like Burnout. Was it 3 on the GameCube? It was one of the Burnout games on the GameCube that didn't come to the GameCube when the GameCube was perfectly capable of running that game. I don't think they gave us any test game then, but that's the game I'm talking about. It's just games that should be on Nintendo systems that Nintendo gamers are asking for that we never get because you don't think we deserve them. Even though people are begging for them. I mean, if anything, you should look at campaigns like Operation Rainfall and see that when Nintendo gamers ask for something, we will go out there and buy it. I mean, the sales weren't spectacular, but they weren't on sale everywhere. It was a limited release, and guess what? Those games were bought. The Last Story, Xenoblade, those games were lost. Pandora's Tower, I don't even know if it's out yet. I had no interest in Pandora's Tower anyway, but that's beside the point. The games that people were asking for were brought to America, and they were bought even after being pirated over millions of times. People still bought those games. You're not giving us a chance to speak with our wallets on stuff that we want, so you're going to get the answer that, in my opinion, that you're looking for. You want these games to bomb so you can say we don't have to work with Nintendo consoles anymore. And if you don't want, I would rather you said that we don't want to work with Nintendo consoles than to give us shitty test games that aren't going to sell, that you act like you're angry about because we don't buy them. Are you going to get mad at Sony gamers or Microsoft gamers when Aliens Colonial Marines don't sell that well for the Xbox 360 or the PS3? No. You're going to grit your teeth, wipe your chin, and walk away. Because that's what you guys do. But when it comes to Nintendo games, it's, they don't want our games. They don't want those types of games. Bullshit. Get your head out of your ass. Give us the games that we want, and you'll see the sales that you want. There's no changing that. If you do those things, you get what you're looking for the same way we get what we are looking for. We're looking for good games, not test games, not games like Tatsunoko versus Capcom, where as good as it was, Capcom stated if Tatsunoko versus Capcom sell 1 million copies, then there's a chance that the Wii was going to get Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Tatsunoko vs. Capcom sold 1 million copies, but we still didn't see Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So you'll see where I'm going with this test game bullshit. I just don't like it. I won't accept it, and I don't think any other fan or any other system should accept it either. If it ever happens to a PlayStation gamer, if it ever happens to a Microsoft gamer, if it happens to a Nintendo gamer, I don't think anybody should accept it. And well, the loser is going to be you guys, because we don't want test games. There's no problem with a new IP. There's no problem with trying to change the way something is played. But don't give us these games that you know are going to bomb for the sake of just bombing. This is Nintendo signing off. Give me a couple of comments. Let me know what you think about this whole situation, and I'll greatly appreciate it.
Embrace me as your king and as your god.